bet it's a bullet gonna get the last laugh.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we have another cheater that has been exposed and is being made fun of by the entire Tekken player base. Now, when you ask the question of who exposed this cheater to be a cheater, the answer is the cheater. These cheaters are so arrogant, so confident. The Tekken developers have been very easygoing when dealing with cheaters. We know that they sometimes ban people for like a month. We know they also ban people for like a week. You know, the biggest boosters who's been doing it for, multiple games now get timed out for a week. And then when they log back in, they're free to play. They go back to boosting. And within that month, they're back at the top of the leaderboards. So Tekken is like very easygoing when it's dealing with cheaters and boosters. We know the Tekken developers have said many times before that they are afraid to get sued. Sometimes they got sued in the past. I don't know how that's like really possible, but I mean, are you just going to let these guys ruin and control and do whatever they want with your game? I mean, it seems so. We know that there's entire discords set up to, sell cheats. The cheaters have said that they will continue to make cheats and they will make their cheats more effective, more powerful. We know that one of the cheaters kept true to his promise. There is a cheat out there that is basically undetectable, but also it is like, it simulates a real player. You know how they have the super ghost AI? Well, basically think of it as like the super cheat AI. It plays basically Tekken by itself with no human involved, and it cooks people who are like good enough to be god of destruction, right? And if there's a cheat running around like that, it's pretty much unstoppable. So this is just how far the cheating situation have gone when you talk about the increasing of what the cheaters are doing, but then when how proud they are. This person posts on Twitter, "Best Claudio in Florida. I would like to thank everyone who took the time to teach me. I originally tagged people, but then realized it was too many. I appreciate y'all." Reading this, it sounds like bro is trolling, or either he's just because people were quick to point out the flaws in this guy's statement, right? "Hey, Broken, this person has a video. We're going to look at this video in just a second." But this person responds and says, "This guy is hard stuck Tekken King for over a year, doesn't play ranked for a month, and in 3 days go from Tekken King to God 1. We can see what players are doing online. I don't know if Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat and other games have all the websites that we do, but Tekken, we have a lot of websites and we can really track the matches that's being played. So if someone like this pops up out of nowhere and claims one of the highest ranks in the game, which we know it takes pros months to do so, everyone's going to start batting an eye and thinking like, what is this guy up to, right? That original tweet sparked a long line of memes where people were just making fun of this guy. You can see this person says "Best Kazuya in the Middle East." Someone else says "Best Lily in Florida." And a lot of these just get so ridiculous as it goes on, but it's all in like making fun of him. "Best Leroy in Texas," "Best Harong in Florida." This one's really funny because bro just photoshopped Harong's face over the god of destruction. I mean, basically, right? This is how little effort the cheaters are putting in to like actually playing the game. So I mean, all of these accomplishments, this Brian Fury fighter is doing the same work, right? This person here who drew King with whatever this is with the god of destruction PNG over it. I mean, it's the same amount of effort. How viral this went, how many people are getting involved, content creators included. This just shows that people are sick and tired of the cheats. But we've been angry for so long. The only thing we can do is shame, point fingers, and hope that these guys stop. We chase one cheater out of the community, and hopefully we could chase another, right? The Evil Padawan says, "I just watched this bum's replay and he auto low blocks cheats. Please ban him. He blocked 15 out of 15 lows against Kazuya in 5 games." The thing too is that it's so blatant when they use cheats. They don't even try to hide it. They don't even try to mask it. These cheats are so advanced, so technical, and these little brain worms don't even try to put the effort in to not get caught. Tekken will probably clap this guy out for like a week, maybe a month, and then he'll be back to doing it again. And then it's like, this is why also at the same time of me having this conversation, some of the biggest streamers on Twitch right now in the Tekken category are cheater. You have a lot of people who just makes huge careers off of toxicity and cheating, and the players try to highlight these moments to get the developers to do something, but they just don't do anything. No bans, like like a rank reset here and there. Like, can you remove these guys' ability to play rank? You have no more access to rank. You can only play player match, group match, and that's it. Ty says, this is just sad. Mike Hollow says, the best way to prove that you're not a cheater is to show up at a local and take another God 1 in a 1st to 10. People have pressed you and you've been adamant that you haven't cheated to get this rank. So put up 100 and prove it to everyone. What Mike is saying here is also true. There was another Korean player, this was back in the Tekken 7 days, who was accused of cheating by many of the great Korean players. And bro had no name at the time. He was a new player just showing up, and he was playing online tournaments. I believe it was sort of towards the end of the pandemic, so tournaments were still online, but he basically was beating people with very little movement, with very little effort. Mayman made a video about it, and what he did was, one, he took a lot of backlash, because if Knee's going to call you out, you know a flame is coming your way. So he took a lot of backlash, but then he went to an offline tournament and he still performed incredibly well. And then what happened is Knee and all of the Koreans who were accusing him apologized. So there is sometimes where people accuse people of doing something, but they're not, and then they prove it. Now, everyone can't travel to an event and prove themselves, but I mean, if we're analyzing your gameplay, analyzing your matches, and we see nothing but cheats, yeah. Blackheart says, the cheating in this game is so bad that people now have no shame. Claim they're the best X ever because they know Bandai Namco won't do anything. Congrats, Namco. Now, here's where we're going to take a look at this video from Hey Broken. I'll try to put their channel and their Twitter in the description if you guys want to check them out. Their video is over 30 minutes long, so we'll just pause and skip through at the things that I think is important. So you can see here, he has opened a website where bro can see like his matches. And you can see here, like, he's playing Claudio on the left side, and he's playing against all of these other people. Let's mute it to hear what he's saying.
Right here. And then he doesn't play ranked for almost a month. And then all of a sudden, after August 13th and 14th, I'm guessing he's like, okay, I'm done losing.
Look at how many games he played on August 15th. While we were watching EWC, this guy was putting in work with cheats and just going crazy. Did he lose this match with cheats? Sometimes it is pretty interesting when players realize that the person is cheating and they start doing moves that a cheater can't beat. Like you start doing, you know, plus frame mids, you start doing like counter hit moves, you know, you stop doing lows and highs and things that can be evaded. Some people have that skill, but not everyone, right? This guy was able to reach God 1. He's just blasting up. Now he's got a destruction, and if you get a little further, he'll hit God 1 eventually. And it's interesting, like, you know, this is what cheaters do. He's God 1 right here.
Right. Look at this combo. He uses his tornado, which if you're keeping a wall here, okay, you would do a regular wall combo if you already use your tornado as a Claudio player. But no, he uses his tornado and then he breaks the wall. And then he tries to go for another tornado. You would not do that at this rank. You would not do that. Again, he gets this misinput because he thinks that he already didn't use that tornado. So he's trying to get wall carry, but he already used it. A bad player would know that he already used his tornado.
This is the thing too, right? Yes, you can analyze the gameplay and find all of the cheats inside the gameplay, but what's so interesting about this is when you analyze the cheaters' gameplay, you can see what rank they're supposed to be. You can see them misunderstanding how they're supposed to be using mechanics, misunderstanding screws, heat, you know, sidestepping, spacing, power crush. You can see how they don't know how to play the game. There's so many reasons that cheaters are easily exposed in Tekken, whereas other games it may be a little bit harder. But the fact that the developers allow these conversations to go on for so long, it's just ridiculous. Like, we've been talking about for over a year now. Really, you could go back into Tekken 7, but we've been talking about cheaters running amok in this game, and we're just begging the developers to do something significant. Make an example out of these guys who are plugging, who are streaming cheats. Really go after them. The people who are making the names for being cheaters and pluggers, you can destroy them.